honest. When was the last time you went a day without checking notifications on your phone? That you went a week without feeling the need to scroll? Social media continues to take over our minds and our lives, and not in a good way. If you're anything like I was, social media isn't just something that you use, it is something that controls you, and it's something that controls your day-to-day life. I realized this was happening to me too. And in November of 2022, I decided to quit all social media and remove it from every device I had. And my God, it was not easy. But thankfully, it completely changed the way I see my time, my happiness, and even my identity. Because during my peak usage of social media, I found myself going through dissociative episodes where it really didn't even feel like I existed in my life anymore. It didn't feel like the world was the world because I was so entranced in social media's environment and the world that social media had to offer. I constantly felt drained and really realized that I was becoming severely addicted to the way social media felt and the dopamine hit that I was getting. Most people don't realize that social media isn't just an app, it's a business. They need one thing to survive, and that is your attention. They spend billions and billions of dollars just on grabbing your attention and keeping it. So every time you scroll, every time you like, you comment, you get your notifications, you are feeding into the system that keeps you engaged for a long period of time. If you suddenly realize that you're telling yourself just 5 more minutes and then a whole hour passes, that's not an accident. It's the colors, the sounds, the infinite scroll that is all meant to make you stay longer than you intended to. Now let me preface that this is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to help resolve the situation at hand. But this does not apply to everybody. You could be a person that has social media but only feels the need or the want to go on it every couple of days, or you could go on it for 30 minutes and then carry on with the rest of your day. And that goes for some of us, but then others, like myself, use it as an escapism tool and a coping mechanism, kind of like a crutch for life to disassociate from what is happening in the world and what is happening in your life. There are various effects that constantly scrolling can have on your mind, like waking up and checking your phone right away before you even get out of bed, or you feel completely distracted throughout the whole day, struggling to focus on small tasks like doing the dishes or taking your dog for a walk. And you're also comparing yourself from someone's best day to your worst day. And then at night you endlessly scroll instead of sleeping, and then you wake up feeling drained. And if this sounds familiar, it is not just you. It is almost everyone. A study done by University of Michigan actually says that there is approximately 210 million people that are addicted to social media. Just let that sink in. You are one of 210 million people that are addicted to their phone. It is not just you, and I was stuck in this cycle myself. But it, unfortunately, is our responsibility to get ourselves out of it. So, how can we fix it? The idea of quitting social media is great in theory, but actually doing it, and especially the first 2 weeks, are very, very difficult. You'll be going through social media withdrawal, which can look like boredom because you have suddenly just so much time on your hands that you have no idea what to do with. You will have the fear of missing out, feeling disconnected from your friends and what you know is going on in the world of social media, like the trends and stuff. And then also you'll very likely, and what I experienced was the anxiety of checking notifications. Before, you would have constant notifications that are coming at you all the time, and then now when you delete, there's nothing. I actually felt myself getting like phantom notifications. It was the weirdest thing. I had been so used to that it was like a phantom feeling that I'm getting a notification. Nope, that was nothing. And when I quit social media for the first time in years, I had no constant stream of updates, no notifications, no easy way to escape that boredom. And I realized how much I was reaching for my phone with just not even thinking about it. It was like my brain had been rewired to crave stimulation, and then suddenly it was all gone. Because unfortunately, in the world we live in, there is very little silence that we have. And a lot of us don't know how to cope with that silence and don't know how to sit with silence anymore, just by yourself with nothing, no distractions going on around us. And obviously in the world we live in, it's very difficult to have no distractions. And I'm obviously not saying cut everything out in your life. That's unrealistic, but social media gives us that constant dopamine hit. And when it's gone, life feels very dull. But the good thing about the boredom, anxiety, and the fear of missing out that you might be experiencing is actually part of the detox. It's saying that it's working. The detox process is very difficult, but it is your brain relearning how to function without the constant distraction. Through this process, with my year without social media, I learned many things, but 3 stood out to me. One of the biggest things that I noticed was I actually slowed down. Like, time felt slower. I spent more time doing things I really love, things that brought me joy. I found new hobbies. I learned how to do pottery. I picked up painting. I found myself exercising a lot more and going to workout classes. I spent lots of time with friends and family. Instead of the hours that I had lost on my phone, I actually had time to do things that really mattered to me, that brought me joy and made me feel like life was good and not dull. If you find yourself not having enough time to pursue your goals or take up new hobbies, then you might be just spending that time on the wrong things. Number 2 is breaking free from the comparison trap. Social media has a tendency to make us feel like we are behind in literally everything. You see people traveling, getting promotions, having the perfect relationship, and you are comparing yourself to how much money they make, what their lifestyle is like, how often they are traveling, what their productivity levels are like, but we don't see the side of their struggles, their insecurities, and the reality of it. And I am absolutely not saying that what they are putting out there is a facade or that it's fake. All I'm saying is that social media tends to put the best of the best forward rather than what the actual reality of their situation looks like. And then number 3 is having real and deep connections. The time that I used on social media previously was now being used for quality time with my friends and family and growing deeper and stronger connections than I now have. I was able to have real conversations and actually be present. And my 3 key takeaways from a year without social media is 1, time is your most valuable asset. We are constantly losing time. And as sad as that is, it's also a very wonderful feeling that not everything lasts forever and that we have to make the best out of each moment. So stop wasting time on things that don't add value into your life. And number 2 is that social media is curated. It's not real life. It's a collection of things that are designed, again, to catch your attention. So don't believe everything you see, and that's just one side of the story. That's only one portion of what's actually going on. And then number 3 is just be as present as possible. It's a superpower, to be honest. I'm still working on it myself. We are constantly distracted 24/7, so just try and be in the moment as best as you can. Put your phone down, really listen, and take time to be in the moment with your friends and your family. Now, if you try this for yourself, you don't have to quit for an entire year. You could take a 1-week social media detox. I know that was really popular a couple of years ago, but it's very life-changing. Just take my word on it. I look at social media in a completely different way now. Personally, I have Don't Disturb on 24/7, and I don't have any notifications on except for messages and calling. And if you try it, see how you feel, and let me know in the comments below what your experience was like. Really trying to pay attention to your habits and notice how much time you actually have. And if you like what you experience, then extend it. And that is the end of this video. I want to hear what your experience was like. Have you ever tried quitting social media? What was it like? Did you have any struggles with it? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. And you can also check out my video on how to stop self-sabotaging and level up. Thank you so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.